At what point in midlife did you take a look back on your life and wish that you had done so many things differently? We kind of get into this point of where we feel like we've run out of time and that we wish things would have been different, and almost like missing that we didn't take the opportunity to change things when we could. And it's this feeling of grief that, we have gotten this far in life. Maybe we've settled. Maybe we didn't do what we wanted to do as far as a career, with our family, traveling, making friends. And you get to that point where it's the feeling of it's too late, that you can't go back in time, and that you know that the future is also very limited at this point. So today I wanted to talk about that, about the feelings as a midlifer, and maybe it's menopause, maybe it's just age, but there's maybe a lot of regrets. But for me personally, there are regrets, but also I am excited about what the future holds. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. And I hope you'll join me. I hope you'll share in the conversation, in the comments. Let me know how you're feeling if you are pre-retirement and midlife. This is just a very casual conversation, nothing really scripted or planned. And I just wanted to talk about, this feeling of loss when you get to midlife and you're in pre-retirement stage, and how, you look back on your life and you think that maybe you could have done things differently. I'm 54. I've been married for 24 years. I have 2 adult kids. I've worked at the same company for 26 years. And I'll say I've had a very comfortable and a very nice life. But I will also say that I do have some regrets. And my biggest regrets are that, my career, my having kids later in life. And I think sometimes also we feel like we've settled in certain areas of our lives. And I'm at the point now where I think about my life, and I do have some regrets, some sadness, that I wish that I've done some things differently. And for me, I had a completely different career choice, career path. And originally, my dream was to go into animal care. I wanted to be a veterinarian, and I wanted to work with either marine animals, wildlife, and that didn't happen. And I'll share a video here. I've talked about my low effort parent and narcissistic parent multiple times in videos. And the story behind that I had an opportunity to go to school in Florida for marine biology studies. And it didn't work out because I didn't have the support from my parent. And my regret is that I didn't still try to find a way. But, I was in my early 20s at the time, maybe 21. And I just felt like without the support of a parent, I wasn't emotionally strong enough. So that didn't happen. Now, having said that, I have had a very good career in public service. And I've been at the same corporation for 26 years. And that job has allowed me a very comfortable lifestyle. But it was not my dream. And I've been happy with that career, but it's not what I wanted as my life. But again, I am very grateful for the career that I have had. And at my age, I am about 4.5 years from retirement. And I'm thankful and grateful for the life that I've been afforded with this career. But again, it's just that feeling of loss that I wish I would have pursued my dream. And I think a lot of us maybe are settling, and then we have our family, getting married, having our family, or we're not having a family, or we're choosing different paths. But to some extent, I think many of us are sacrificing. And I've gotten to this point where I look back on my life, and yes, I've had a very comfortable life. I've done a lot of traveling. I have my family, but there's always certain things that are missing that I don't think you're ever going to lose that feeling of loss. And if it's your career, then that's something that's very big and important to you. But for me, also, there's a lot of things, I wish that I would have traveled the world more. I did travel quite a bit. And again, my career afforded me this lifestyle. but there's just so many things. So we get to a point and then we realize that the time has passed. And there's a lot of people in their midlife that are going back to school and they're getting that career that they dreamed about. But for me, I've kind of reconciled that, yes, I didn't get to live out my dream, but that's okay. I have had a very comfortable life. And the next chapter of my life is going to be having, retirement and peace and having the schedule to myself and getting to do all of the other things that I've wanted to do that I haven't had time to do while I've been working. But I feel like many of us, we did sacrifice, and now is the time. And that's what I want to say to everyone is that there is only so much time in this life. And if you have the means to do what you want to do, get out there and do it. And for my retirement years, I do plan to do a lot. I obviously plan to relax because I've been grinding for so many years. And, finally, after 26 years within the same corporation, I've got the job of my dreams for that corporation. And I'm sort of torn now because do I want to stay longer? Do I want to leave right away as soon as I'm eligible for retirement? And I'm very fortunate that also I do have a company pension. So I'm riding out to the full pension, which is 4.5 years. And I'm also waiting for my kids to finish university. So that all kind of ties into the schedule. And I've had this conversation with my husband about, well, should I stay? Should I leave? And if I like the job, should I stay on? Which, I love the job. It's the best job that I've had so far in this 26 years. But also, I want my life back. I want my schedule back. I want my time back. And I think we put so much focus on our careers and reaching, whatever goal it is that you want for your career. And I look and I see some people working still, 60s, 70s, like maybe they have to for financial reasons. But if you're there for social reasons or any other reason, it's, in my opinion, it's just really not worth it because life is very short. So it's just still that feeling. I'll never get rid of that feeling of loss that I didn't get to do what I wanted to do. But I have accepted that this is where I landed, and this is the life I've had, and it has been very good. So I don't know what happens. I think we hit midlife, and for women, we're in perimenopause, and all of these feelings and all of these things are coming to mind, and there's just so much going on in there in the head that and just so many mixed emotions. And I'm also at the point where if I could today, I would retire. I think we get to a point also in midlife where we are just worn out. For me personally, I'm tired. I've been working in some capacity since I was 13. I'm tired. I'm worn out. I'm tired of taking care of everybody else. I'm tired of having a problematic parent. I'm tired of being in the grind. I'm tired of being on someone else's schedule. I just want my life back. And I want the freedom to go and do whatever I want to do, whether it's just sitting on the couch, going for a walk, going on a trip, meeting friends for coffee. I think we invest so much of our time into work and a lot of other things sacrifice in the meantime. So I'm just really looking forward to having my life back. But also there's this fear, and the responsibility that I want to make sure my kids are taken care of. I want to make sure they get through university. Then I have this guilt that, this is their family home. I don't know if we should sell because, they need a place to come back to. I'm at the point where when I retire, I just want to sell everything, downsize, and get out of here. But I also know that I'm emotional and I've got the perimenopause brain, the brain fog, and all the other stuff that goes along with that. So I don't want to make any rash decisions, but I think it's just that responsibility of making sure everyone's taken care of. And I want to, if anything, above anything, I want to make sure that my kids are taken care of. And so that's why I'm hanging on with work. And I will retire as soon as my retirement date comes up. Now, I may wait actually a few months just for my son to finish out university. He'll be a few months past my retirement date, so I may hang on to that for that. But then I am done. I am out. I want to live my life. And there's already so many regrets, right? Why have more regrets when you're on the tail end of life and there's so much more out there still to do? And I want to do all of it. And I want to focus on myself and focus on my health so that I'm here for my kids, for my grandkids. And I just want to live out the best life possible for the remaining years that we all have left, right? We all probably feel that way, that this has to be our grand finale. Let's make it good. If you've made it to the very end, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. Today was a very unscripted video. A lot of us midlifers are thinking the same way, Gen Xers thinking a lot of the same things. Thank you for being here. I hope that you'll join the conversation in the comments. I hope that you will like and subscribe, and don't forget to share with your friends as well. We Gen Xers need a lot of support. So thanks again. I really appreciate all of you. And until next time, bye for now.